Lagos was alive with its usual chaos, danfos hawking impatiently, street hawkers weaving between cars, and the smell of suya and puff-puff filling the humid air. But today, there was something extra in the atmosphere. It was April 1st. At a roadside buka, Chioma stirred her cup of Milo, watching the city move. Across from her, Tunde grinned. "You know, April Fool's Day used to be our thing," he said, breaking a piece of akara. Anna chuckled lightly. "Used to be." Tunde's smile faded. They both knew why. 2 years ago, they had played a prank that went too far. They had tricked their literature teacher, Baba Femi, into thinking his son had been in a terrible accident. The shock had been too much for the old man. He collapsed before they could yell, "April Fool!" Since then, neither of them had found April 1st funny. Suddenly, a piercing scream shattered their thoughts. "Jesu! The goat is talking!" Tunde and Chioma turned just in time to see Mama Nkechi, the no-nonsense trader from the market, dashing barefoot across the streets, her basket of tomatoes flying in all directions. In the middle of the road stood a scruffy white goat chewing lazily on a discarded gala wrapper. Then, in a deep, commanding voice, it spoke.
"Mama Nkechi, come back. I only asked for small jollof rice."
The entire street went silent. Then, chaos. Some people screamed and ran. Others clutched their chests in shock. A few Okada riders abandoned their bikes completely, while some mischievous boys were already filming, laughing so hard they could barely hold their phones steady. Tunde's jaw dropped. Did that goat just... Chioma squinted and spotted a young guy standing behind a kiosk, shaking with laughter. A blue tiny Bluetooth speaker was strapped to the goat's collar. She felt it before she realized it. Laughter, bubbling up. Real, full laughter, the kind she hadn't felt in years. Mark stared at her. "You're actually laughing?" Chioma wiped her eyes. "Because it's funny. It's harmless." Just then, Mama Nkechi stormed back with her wrapper, tied tightly around her waist, brandishing her slippers like a weapon. "Who did this? Who is that child of wickedness?" The prankster boy jumped up and ran for his life as the whole street erupted in more laughter. Chioma turned to Tunde. "Maybe we're wrong about April Fool's Day. It's not the pranks that are bad. It's the way we use them." Tunde thought for a moment and smiled. "So are we back in business?" Chioma smiled, only for the right kind of pranks. As Lagos bustled with more laughter and harmless mischief, Chioma and Tunde realized something. What seemed harmless or funny to one person can cause harm or distress to another. Being mindful and considering others' feelings is crucial to avoiding unintended harm. Pranks can be a fun way to bring humor and playfulness into our life, but it is essential to remember that everyone has different boundaries and sensitivities. It is important to consider the potential impact of our actions, especially when it comes to pranks.